Hi guys, it's Kathleen and with Thrifty Britches, and I am back to show you the highlights of my haul this Saturday. So this Saturday I went to 2 community-wide garage sales that were local, and I also popped into an estate sale that was right near me in Hoover. I live in the Birmingham area, and I ended up going back to that estate sale the second day to get a couple of half-price items. So I'm just going to jump right into it. Karen and I are in the process of trying to figure out what our niche is going to be, and we really haven't quite stumbled upon it, to be honest with you. I would have thought it would have been clothes, but I'm not sure after yesterday's yard sales if that is going to be my area of expertise or not, but I will show you what we picked up. So anyway, everything that I'm about to show you cost me $3. They were both $3 at the estate sales, and the garage sellers that I was hitting up seemed to all have $3 as their tag, or I was able to argue them, or not argue them, but you know, bargain with them to get them for $3. So the first item that I have is this beautiful, beautiful linen Athleta little tank top, and it's super cute. It is crisscross in the front and just darling, and this is in totally perfect condition. There are no pulls, no tag, no pilling, there's no stains, nothing. And so when I ran the comps on this looked to be selling anywhere between $15 and $18. So after $3, that's not so bad. I picked this up as well, this polo boat neck tee, and the reason I picked this up is because it was in such great condition. It almost looked like you could sell it new without tags, except I won't because it's not, but it's pretty with the hot pink and white stripes and the blue little polo pony there. And so this actually, I take it back, this was not $3 because the lady who sold it to me counted it as a t-shirt, and all of her t-shirts were $1. So I only paid $1 for this, which is the other reason I picked it up. These don't resell so much for me because I think with the outlet, at least in the Birmingham area, we have an outlet right nearby, and so people can go and get all of these polo things for a song. So I'm not sure how well this will sell. This is in a size large. That was another attraction for me, was that it was one of the bigger sizes, because in watching Lori on Boston Found, she's impressed upon me that these large sizes seem to sell a little bit better. So we'll give that a shot. Looking at the comps, I don't think I'm going to be able to sell it for much more than 10 bucks. Okay. Picked up this beautiful Mom and Me. And my Mom and Me days are long past, with my 2 girls being 27 and 21. However, this is just darling. Look at this bishop dress. Nice and long, and it has that pink rickrack on it, and it is in perfect condition. It was perfect with no stains or pulls or anything. So I totally scooped that right up. Looking at the comps, I figured I can get between $9 and $10 for it, maybe even a little bit higher. And then after I washed it, I went to iron it, and I found that there is this little teeny tiny blemish. I don't even know if you can see it. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it right there. Okay, so I have no idea what it is. I scrubbed it. I was able to lighten it, but not get it out. So I'm going to list it, but I've taken pictures of the blemish so that I can make sure that any potential buyers are aware that it is not as perfect as I thought at first. But $3 is $3, right? You live and you learn a little bit. Okay, I love this. This was at the estate sale, and this is a small We the Free People. I'm not at the point yet in doing this where I know the old tags from the new tags, so I don't know what this is, old or new, but it was just super cute, and I loved all these little denim accents that it had, and it's kind of frayed all around the edges. It's super light cotton, and it ironed up so beautifully that I thought about keeping it for me, but I don't need any more button-down shirts. So this one, when I looked at the comps, I would think that would bring somewhere around $18 to $20. So that was a good catch. The I picked up this pretty coral soft surroundings tank. I thought, oh, this is perfect for teaching in Alabama. I could definitely get into using this, and oh my gosh, it is the softest cotton. Soft surroundings I've never heard of before I started watching Carly on Poetry of Nice, and it is super soft and pretty. The coral is very bright. It looks as if they wore it hardly at all. And in looking at the comps, that should be able to sell for right around $15. Next is Lily. I love me some Lily Pulitzer. She is just a total classic, and this is a boat neck 3/4 sleeve t-shirt in the softest little pink. It is soft and comfy, and it is a size medium, so it's my size, but I don't need another t-shirt, and has the little Lily insignia at the bottom. And this one I would think would sell for right around $12. It doesn't have any stains, no pulls, nothing. And it's really in great condition other than having been washed several times. Okay, so this next item is Altered State. And this has got my name written all over it. It is a cowl neck, kind of a marbled looking, greenish and black, long sweater, really, but it is super comfy. I'm a counselor at my school, and so I spend a lot of time on the floor playing with kids, and so this would be very forgiving when the 52-year-old counselor plops herself down on the floor, and so I have claimed this as my own. I looked at the comps, and it really wasn't getting much. Maybe I could sell it for $6 or $7, and so that was a no-brainer to me. This is now mine and is going in my closet for this year. Okay, all I ever hear is Vineyard Vines this, Vineyard Vines that. Everything is Vineyard Vines, everybody loves Vineyard Vines. And my Vineyard Vines has sold, but it has not sold for anything spectacular, and maybe I'm just buying it at too high of a cost. I mean, this was only $3, and it's this pretty distressed pink sweatshirt. It is a size small, and it is definitely distressed looking. It's got cute little side pockets. What I liked the most about this was this thumb hole. I don't know what it is about these things, but any shirt that I can find that has got that little thumb hole peeking through, I love to just scoop up and to put in my wardrobe. Whoops. So anyway, when I looked at the comps, I was less than bowled over by them. I'm thinking maybe I can get $15, maybe $16 or $17 for it. I don't think I'll get much more, and conceivably I could get less. Okay. I scooped up this cute Tory Burch. It's a little bit hard to see the bottom, but it's very crinkly. It's almost like Baden or Bowden. I'm not sure how to say that. If you know how to say it right, please put it in the comments and let me know. But it's almost like Baden, that it's just meant to be worn kind of crinkly. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's super shimmery. It's got some like silver detailing in it, and these silver buttons going down the front. I don't know if I told you, it's Tory Burch, and it is a small 100% cotton, just super cute. The sleeves button down here, and Tory Burch is a good name, so I snatched that right up for $3, but it's only looking like $15. $16, $17, somewhere around there. So it's not as great as I thought it was going to be. And then this I got because I just liked all of the eyelet. That's just something that it's just a personal preference for me. It's also V-neck, which I like because you almost have to wear a tank under this, and you can kind of layer a little bit of color in. It's a very light beige color. The sleeves are just kind of like rickety raggedy at the bottom, but they're bell sleeves. They're a little bit bigger, which I like. I just thought this was super pretty, and this was from Banana Republic, and it is a size medium. And it is in perfect condition. There is not a stain, not a spot to be found. And it surprised me because I thought, oh, this isn't going to be worth anything. And I was wrong. They're selling for right around $15 too. So, you know, I'm thinking that I'm starting to figure out what's going to sell, what's not going to sell, and I'm not. And I understand that it's constantly in flux, and who knows what is going to happen now that we're moving into fourth quarter, and you know, people are going to start buying things for going back to school, if we're going back to school, knock wood, but also for Christmas and things like that. So we'll see as we move out of summertime and into fall weather. So let me know in the comments if you have started shopping for fall yet, if you generally wait until, you know, Labor Day rolls around, or what you guys all do. This next shirt is Altered State, which I picked up at a yard sale, and it is super pretty. I'll try to scoot back so you can see the whole thing. It's really flowy. It has this split in the back, and I thought if ever kids do go back to school, then this would be a great back to school item for fourth quarter sales. So it's gray and white stripes, and I picked it up mostly because it is Altered State and because Carly in Poetry of Nice always talks about Altered State, so I figured I would give it a shot. And this is actually the second item that I picked up from Altered State yesterday. I'll show you the other one in a few minutes, and it was for winter. So I have not checked the comps on this yet. I'm thinking I paid $2 for it, and so I'm thinking I will get probably somewhere around $10, maybe a little higher after I check the comps. I also picked up at a yard sale for $2 a Zorro shirt, and it was really pretty. I'll put a picture of it up there, and it has already sold. I listed it really low because when I was looking at the comps, I really couldn't find anything, and I knew the name Zorro from both Lori on Boston Found, as well as from listening to Carly on Poetry of Nice talking about it, and so that's why I scooped that up. The fact that it sold probably an hour after I listed it leads me to believe that I listed it way too low. I listed it for $6, but mostly because I couldn't find any comps, and then the comps that I could find for t-shirts were really low, a lot lower than I had anticipated, but it went really quickly. So I think I'm gonna look and try and find some more Zorro and put it a little higher and see how I do with that. But in any event, that was also part of my haul from yard sailing yesterday. Okay guys, so this next item also came from an estate sale, and these are Sorrel, I'm not sure how to pronounce them. Comment in the comments if you know how to pronounce these, but these are duck boots, and these are a size 7, and they are in fabulous condition. Look at them. They look like they have hardly been worn, even on the inside. They are perfect. The bottoms, and so these I was able to scoop up for $3. So I'm going to list those on eBay, and I think I'm going to do a buy it now for right around 30. So hopefully it should bring in somewhere between 25 and 30, and I'll also cross post that on Poshmark as well. Okay, so today is Sunday, and I actually went back to that estate sale from yesterday because everything was half off, and I really just went back because I wanted to get a sander. And the sander was gone. I brought my daughter Ash with me, and so we went wandering through those clothes again, and she found a couple of things that she was going to take that she took, but I went back to the shoes, and I found some gems that I missed yesterday, so I scooped them right up. The first is my favorite, and these are a pair of real leather Tory Burch ballet flats. And so all of the shoes were only $1.25 a pair. So these are small, so the small sizes tend to sit a little bit longer, but I didn't care. And there's a little bit of like wear, I guess you would say, on the gold and some on the tips of the toes of the leather, but I figure for $1.25 I can definitely clean these up and make these work, and I should get right around between $30 and $35 for them, somewhere around there for pre-owned Tory Burches. The next thing that I scooped up were these adorable little wedges. And I have to tell you, it was super tempting to keep these all for myself because these are all in my size, which never happens because I have like freakishly small feet, and every pair of shoes I picked up was 5.5, which is like jackpot, but I don't need this many shoes, and I certainly don't need to be chasing kids in these because I go back to work, thank goodness, on Thursday. I'm ready to see my babies again. So these were also only $1.25, Lucky brand wedges, and these were doing less than I thought that they would be. I had originally picked them up because I thought they would go for like right around 25, probably a little bit lower than that, probably somewhere in the $15 to $20 range, but still for $1.25, that was well worth scooping up. And then the last thing that I picked up today were these beautiful Born gray suede booties, and they have hardly any wear on them, in really beautiful condition, and I was going to keep them for myself, except this was one of the few pairs in that room that was not a 5.5. These are an 8, so I can't fit into those, so they're gonna go. But they are both in just really, really good condition, and we are about to start fourth quarter sales for the fall, so I expect that these will fly right out of there, and probably gonna list them somewhere right around between $20 and $30. So all in all, not a very bad trip back to the estate sale. And also Ashley picked up 3 different things to add to her wardrobe, and I found a shirt for me, so yay, winning. Another pair of shoes that I picked up at the estate sale for $3 that I almost forgot about were these Vince Camutos. And the reason I almost forgot about them is because I immediately claimed them for me. They are just a size 5, fit me like a glove, and as you can see, they look hardly worn at all. They are just super, super cute, and I thought for going back to school, they would be perfect to add to my teacher wardrobe. So Vince Camutos, $3, not gonna resell them, haven't even looked at the comps. Okay, I also managed to pick up several toys, both at an estate sale, and also on Friday, I went into this little sale that was it was weird. It was like in a storage facility that they cleaned out, and they were using it just to host a garage sale. It was run by these 2 young men, and I don't know if they just bought an unused locker or if they just got all their old family crap and put it in there and had a garage sale, but either way, they had a couple of toys that I picked up. Actually, 2 toys that I picked up. So the first one that I found was this Ben and Holly's, and it says Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom Jake's Toy Robot, and it's exclusively at Target, and I just grabbed it because it was new in the package, and I figured, well, Christmas is around the corner, it looked kind of Christmassy, and it was cute and quirky, and I figured, you know what, if I can't sell it, I can always drag this into my classroom because my kids love any figurines or anything like that. So I grabbed it, but come to find out, these little suckers are in demand. And they had a bunch of used ones that were selling for like $30, not singular, but used like little groups of 4. So I looked at some of the new and packaged ones, and it varies depending on which guy you got, and I couldn't find any comps on Jake because that's the guy I have. But I figure that I can safely list this for anywhere between $15 and $25. And I'm still unsure whether I'm going to just do it as a buy it now, maybe put it up there for $20 and accept offers and see how it does like that. I don't really love auctions because I hate waiting 7 days. I really like to get rid of merchandise, to get rid of some of my inventory. So the buy it now just seems to go a little bit faster with stuff that might be a little bit desirable. So I probably won't do it as an auction, but I should because I don't really know how much it could go for. I found that out with the Zara shirt, which went in like a cup of coffee, and probably could have made more money on that. Okay, so the second item that I bought at that little sale in the storage unit was this Stratego And I can remember playing this as a kid, and it is in immaculate condition. It has got all of the pieces. The board is perfect. Everything is pristine, and this is the vintage 1977 version of the game. Looking at the comps, there's a little bit of a gap, like they're kind of all over the place. But for this version, most of the comps that I saw were selling right in between $20 and $35. And it seemed like more of them were on the higher end. So I have to delve a little bit deeper and see, but I'm hoping to get at least $25 for this. I don't know if I'm being too optimistic. Oh, and I paid for the Jake's Toy Robot, I paid $1. And for Stratego, I paid $2. So, pretty good. All right, this was less successful. This was Harry Potter Seen It DVD game. I paid $1 for this at a yard sale. And this was at, the next two were at the next three items were at the same estate sale. Not the one that I went to in Hoover. This was one in Alabaster, which was smaller. And this was the one that I also went to on Friday morning. So I started looking at Harry Potter Seen It on my phone when I was at the yard sale, and oh my gosh, it was going for like $30, $35. Some of them were going even more. I'm like, oh, yes, definitely. Incorrect. No. These are not going for much at all. It was a different version of it, and I still really can't tell the difference between the two versions, except that I have the sucky one. So this version that I have is only going to go for like $10. Which I paid $2 for it, so not a big deal. I might have paid, oh, I'm sorry. No, this was the one I only paid $1 for. My bad. So if I make $9, that's great. And then the last game that I picked up, this one was $2. This I just grabbed without even doing any comps because it just looked super, super old and vintagey. Nerf Ping Pong. And again, my thought process was, if I can't get rid of it on eBay, no big deal. I will bring it in and my kids will love playing with this in my room. And I'm still on the fence. I might actually bring it in because they really would love playing this. And this is something that is really good for me to use when I do like a smaller group with some of my kiddos that might struggle a little bit with rules and turn taking and good sportsmanship and things like that. This might be golden. I was sort of talking myself into keeping it. But in any event, this is a vintage set from 1982. And most of the comps were running anywhere between $15 and $24. And I have a feeling I'm gonna be on the $15 end because the box is a little bit beat up. As you can see, there's some water stains on it. And the reason there are water stains on it is because the estate sale people left all the merchandise out the night before when it rained, which was super special, especially when you're going through clothes. So we didn't buy any of those clothes, but I did manage to dry this out, patch it back together. It doesn't look half bad, but like I said, I may just keep that for my kids and use that in a small group setting. And then the last toy that I want to show you is Arthur. Isn't he so cute, and doesn't that just bring back a zillion memories for you? At least it does for me. I'm old enough that I remember Arthur really well. We'll grab him around his neck. So anyway, this is Arthur. He is from the Eden collection. Somewhere on his little self there is an Eden tag because I checked to make sure that we had that, and it says 1996. And so he is in perfect condition. There is no pilling on his sweater at all. He has the cute little V-neck sweater, even the bottoms of his feet. And so many of these Arthur characters, when I see the bottoms of their feet, they're all cracking and peeling. I mean, he looks like he could be brand new. In fact, I had to check his tag to make sure that he was from 1996, but he is. And I don't know if you can see his tag. Here's his Eden tag right up here by his neck. In any event, if you recall from my earlier video, I also have a Kate doll. Kate is sticking around. She is not wanting to leave anytime soon, and I'm trying to toy with the idea of whether they sell better as a lot, maybe stick them together. So I'm probably going to list him separately. He should get probably around 15 bucks. Looking at the comps, that's about where I thought he would fall. There were a few that were in worse condition than him that were getting $10 to $12. Then there were some that were just as good as him that were getting $15, $16, $17. And so I'm going to go back and do a little bit more research and see what it would do to the comps if I paired him together with baby Kate. See if we have any luck getting rid of them that way. But he's so cute. And he's another one that I could always just bring into my classroom, although my classroom is getting more and more jam-packed. And with the kids coming back after coronavirus, I don't even know what toys they're going to be allowed to play with. I'm gonna have to dig out all of my toys that can be cleaned really quickly, that I can sort. I'm already at the point where I'm taking my Legos and I'm dividing up all my Legos and putting them into separate plastic bags so the kids can just take a bag and then throw them in the dirty pile and wash. Something like that. That's probably not gonna come out anytime soon until we get a vaccine. So we'll see. Anyway, those are all of the toys that I have, and that is actually everything that I have from this weekend's haul. So I feel like I did a pretty good job of getting an assortment of things. I was avoiding any of the crystal or the china. That is not my wheelhouse. That is much more Karen's side of it. She's much better. She has a much better eye for that. And I don't really like it because it just ends up taking up space in my closet. So I'm steering more towards toys and games and especially clothes. So anyway, if you have any comments, if you see anything that I made a mistake on, please, please, please point it out to me in the comments. If you liked this video, if you're enjoying seeing what my sister and I are doing, please like and subscribe this video because that helps us out, helps us to know that we're doing something right or doing something wrong. And if you have any questions or comments or concerns, you can definitely email us at thriftybritches2@gmail.com. Bye guys, have a great weekend. Take care.